Hello and welcome to this episode of the IELTS Listening Practice Series. Today we're focusing specifically on numbers, so that includes things like telephone numbers, door code numbers and reference numbers, for example. So useful for your exam and also for daily life. So we'll use the same technique as always with these videos. I will read you 10 examples divided across two lists of 5, and I'll read the full sentence, spelling out clearly the number, and you just need to listen really carefully and write down what you hear me say. So you need a pen and a piece of paper and your best listening ears. So let's get stuck in. 1. She lives in room 268. 2. My reference number is 38067. 3. Their phone number is 835010. 4. The log number is 667 203 45. 5. The invoice number is 8638 9802. So just take a moment to check your answers against what you see here, noticing, as always, any mistakes that you've made. So highlight, circle and underline those mistakes, and think about whether or not you see any pattern arising. If you've already worked through some of these videos and you're starting to see a pattern emerging, that's great, because once you can see the pattern, you can do some focused work. So if you need a bit more time to check, pause the video, and if you're ready, we'll have the other 5 examples. 6. Our phone number is 302 733. 7. His applicant number is 64. 8. The door code is 8267. 9. My receipt number is 73928 735. 10. The ID number is 843 671 572. So here are the correct answers. As always, spend a little bit of time scrutinising what you've written, comparing it with what you see here. And really be careful. Make sure you notice those mistakes. For example, did you catch the 33 in number 6? With the gaps in between the numbers, hopefully you'll be noticing that I leave a small pause. So with number 10, for example, hopefully you noticed the gaps between those sets of numbers. I could have read that out, number 10, as 843, 67, 1, 57, 2. But it's quite common for people when they're reading longer strings of numbers to not go for that 800 and blah, 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 because it's quite long-winded. And it also depends on the context. So I think I've mentioned this in a previous video. If we were talking about money, so if I was telling you that the bill at the restaurant came to 843 in pounds, I would say 843 pounds. So if it's money, usually we use that 100. But when we're just listing a string of numbers like this, it's much easier and more time effective to just read them out 843 671 rather than that 843. It's a bit more long-winded, isn't it? So context depends really for that, but in this particular video it was all just the individual numbers. 302. 8267, with the exception of number 7, 64. It's standalone, so it's a bit easier. Could have said 64, that would have been fine. So hopefully you've had time to check your answers now. Notice the patterns. Let me know if you've got any observations to share about your patterns or the particular combinations that you find difficult. And if you're struggling with the distinction between numbers like 13 and 30, 14 and 40, then check out the link in the description below, because there's a video that takes you through that really carefully and helps you to understand the rules to understanding whether a person is talking about a teen, 13 or 30. It's to do with vowel length mainly and a little bit of voicing. So if you haven't checked out that video already, go and have a look, and hopefully it'll help you with that particular element of English numbers. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and check out the playlist for lots of other practice materials for your IELTS exam. And if you want to focus more on pronunciation, go and have a look at the homepage. Thanks for watching, and have a lovely day.